This morning, if you are alive this morning, if you are kicking this morning, it can only be by the grace of God. And that's why we say thank you to the Most High for seeing us through the weekend and into a brand new week. I hope you had a restful weekend and you're ready to tackle the week ahead. We certainly are right here on the best breakfast show in all of the land. This is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Sixtus Ullo. I hope you're also filled with praise on a glorious, glorious Monday morning. I just allowed the music to wash over me this morning because it can only be by the grace of God that we're still sat here.
Oh, yes.
Upon all the upons.
Oh, yes.
Upon all the upons.
Oh, yes.
We live to tell the tale. We're here.
Give me a collection today.
Oh, my goodness.
Should I start?
But his mercies abound. His mercies abound. And so we are A-OK with that. It's great to see you looking so fresh and bright and vibrant on a Monday morning. I'm excited.
It was a busy weekend, but there was some time to rest yesterday. So we thank God.
Yes.
A bit of time to just reflect, refresh, and get ready for the week. Refresh and get ready for the week. Let's find out what the weather is going to be looking like. Felicity Appiah-Ampofo joins us this morning. Felicity, hello, good morning. Hope you're well.
Good morning, Helen. Yes, I'm better today than yesterday.
Fantastic news. Our listeners, they say one day you'll get so better. I mean, you might explode. Every day you're getting better than the day before. What should we expect today as far as the weather is concerned?
Thanks so much, and good morning to our dear viewers and everyone in the studio. We expect it to be cloudy this morning with light rain occurring over some few places, especially those of us around the coast and those over the upper west region. Today, the sun will also smile on us briefly. Then later, we expect some rain and thundercloud over the OT region, Volta region, part of the coastal strip, and then part of the transition into the northern sector. Temperatures will still be mild, very comfortable for us. We expect it to range between 30 and 33 across the entire country. For the fisher folks, they can do fishing activities, except that the state is still expected to be rough with cloudiness, so they should be careful. Water lakes, they can go ahead this morning till afternoon, when we are anticipating some rain and thunderclouds that will drift in from our eastern border countries.
Fantastic. Felicity, thank you so much for that update. And as always, we'll be looking to the Ghana Met for any new ones to follow.
Thank you.
Have a fantastic Monday again. That was Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, chief forecaster with the Ghana Met, letting us know exactly what to expect. But I implore you to follow them on the socials, and you can get some real-time information before you leave the house this morning. We'll get into the news review right about now. And I kick things off with the New Finder newspaper. We have a number of papers, myself and Sixtus this morning. It's good that our staples are here. But the New Finder this morning says CRM creating more investment opportunities and jobs. This is coming from the NPA boss. You might recall his very passionate plea to the presidency some years back. He said the presidency had been so depraved. You recall that video. Again, on the front page of the New Finder newspaper, Natoshi Ricketts-Hagen, others defend NAPO against arrogant tag. I think I would like to move on now. We've dissected, sliced and diced the personality, the persona of the vice presidential candidate of the NPP.
Have we?
Oh, yes.
It's just been 3 days. Oh. There's a lot yet to come.
Oh, my goodness. You said 4 more to do more.
We haven't even started.
Oh, you said we barely scratched the surface.
That's the reason that announcement should have been made 10 months ago.
That way, when it's closer to this time,
yes,
that sort of narrative might be, a yesterday news. But now it's even, you say, gaining momentum. But others are sharing more.
The least discovery about him becomes big news. And then it takes away from all the time and effort that you should have had to put into the campaign proper. You wouldn't get that.
Yes, because as it stands now, up until now, at least 3-4 days, however many days since the unveiling, the conversation has centered around the personality, the arrogance tag. I'm waiting for us to get to a point where we can now assess his ideas, policy ideas that he's brought out, and other things. But until we finish that issue...
It took President Akufo-Addo 4 years to fight that arrogant tag. You and I know.
That's right.
Every single headline in the media at the time was about how arrogant the president was, or is, depending on which side of the coin you are. It was about how he didn't care or doesn't care. I'm using the past and present to satisfy everybody.
Right.
It was about how polished up his team had made him. That's Nado.
Right.
It took 4 years, 4 good years, for his campaign to be able to fight off all of these things. And I'm sure if you look at the number of times he tried to get to the presidency, even getting the flag bearership within his own party, all these were things that came up. And for those of us who followed his campaign from the very beginning, we know this. So you cannot spring a running mate on a people 4 months to the election and think that they will take 3 days to clear the pet. No.
That is highly optimistic to think that on a Monday morning these tags would have started to reduce. In
so
fact,
you announce the person on the Friday, hoping that by Friday,
by the Monday, weekend, yes.
By Monday the news cycle has cycled itself, and you are.
It appears not to have.
Not in Ghana.
Well, NIA board defense professor Atefua against unions' accusations prioritize mobile interoperability as potential to replace Africa's single currency dream. 569,095 students start BECE today as government releases 55.8 million Ghana cedis. Hooray! There was some chatter about these examinations not going ahead because government had not released all the funds necessary to make it possible. If you're writing your exams, they start today, isn't it? Eat a banana, some big, good, strong banana before you go into the exam hall. It opens your frontal cortex. The new publisher this morning, this is not scientifically proved, please. Don't take my word for it. But I think bananas, they help you before the exam. Give at least some energy.
This is from your own experience.
This is from my experience. I am humbled, Napo, on Veep approval. There's a picture of him here. Check this out. Looking quite pensive. In fact, looking quite humble. Oil? It looks like Dettol. I'm not sure. Some kind of disinfectant. I'm not sure.
The choice of picture.
Okay. So, manhood and head chopped off in Bole. And the picture that I saw, oh my goodness. Thankfully, I hadn't eaten at that time. If you do sight or come across these pictures, just know that you can't look at it with a weak stomach. CRM creating investment opportunities. I take you to the Anchor newspaper. Baumia announces next big agenda, vows to pursue Momo interoperability as common currency for Africa. BEC starts today with over 569,000 candidates to write exam. Residents on high alert over planned. There's a planned queer party somewhere in Mamprobi, allegedly. Menchia South NPP primary, 6th battle over Napo's big shoes left behind. And also the Daily Analyst, without fear or favor, they say. Media encounter. I'll launch a renewed fight against corruption, Mahama vows. And a lot of you had commentary about Mahama's Meet the Press session. Some of you say you were pleased with the answers that he gave, but I saw a good majority of you say that he danced around those issues. We can certainly have a look at that. Haruna Idrisu calls out flawed affirmative Action Bill. Mahama reaffirms commitment to press freedom and journalist welfare. And Nyaso Otium NPP inaugurates campaign team. DJA commends Mahama for engaging the media. I like this about journalist welfare. Welfare is important. Where is Ikuadonko? This year, she decided not to throw her hat in the ring. She'll come. Because she said one journalist, one is a laptop or one car. You guys didn't throw your weight behind her. You don't want the car.
No, we want cars.
Yeah.
She'll come. We are just, I know she's in consultation for her running mate.
Okay.
Once she gets that, she'll announce.
Surely.
And then we will form the committees.
Okay. Certainly.
Did you say Vice President says he will pursue what? Mobile?
Yes. Momo interoperability as common currency for Africa, for the entire continent.
Which one is that?
So that I suppose if you want to buy something from, I don't know, maybe our neighbors, some of our neighbors, you can pick up your phone.
The Momo that they are taxing. I'm not sure the other countries in the region would be able to work with us, because once if the taxes are the transaction is coming out of or into Ghana, then the taxes are unbearable. Which businessman would want to do that? Let's start with the basics. Let us remove all those ridiculous taxes that we have burdened ourselves with. I mean, how? And I keep hearing this thing about, when I come, I'll remove e-levy or
that's
what was
right,
that?
Yeah.
And
that's what the Vice President says.
You are Vice President now. You can do it. I mean, are you telling me that if you become president, okay, Helen, you are going to be bulldozing your way through? Whether you like it or not, interest in politics will never end.
That's right.
If you become president, you will have people advising you. And all of those people advising you, each one of them will have an interest. Some will be in the national interest, others will be in their pocket interest, others will be in their transactional interest, others will be in their pitches of state assets interest.
Right.
Every advisor around you would have a certain interest. You would have a cabinet aside your advisors. These decisions, you won't just wake up one morning from Hajia's side and say, I am removing e-levy. No. It will go through your cabinet. The decision will be made after a vigorous debate at your cabinet. Your cabinet will not agree with you.
Well, then 6 was by that. Are you saying that no promises should be made? Whatever the candidates say, they have to go through the same process that you are talking about.
I'm saying that if now, as a vice president who is at the table, in the kitchen, head of the EMT, you cannot influence those decisions.
The vice president says that he is just a mate, and that when he comes, he'll have his own vision. He says he'll have his own vision. He'll be his own man.
It's just 4 months to the elections.
That's
it's time
right.
to stop the charade. Okay. Now, if you cannot do this now,
because his whole campaign is centered around not having the steer. He says he does not have the steer.
Even as the holder of the steer, you will still need to consult. That's my point. Unless you are telling me that you will ignore every bit of advice that comes to you, you will not consult your cabinet in taking decisions as this. Because your table will still be divided over whether we should remove e-levy or not. I'm not sure all those who proposed or were in support of e-levy had ill intentions. No. Some of them honestly, genuinely thought that it was the way to go.
Right.
And you always have those kinds of people on your table, advising you, pushing you. Who are you going to listen to? The voice that says that, look, e-levy is the surest way, the only way our people are remitting to their families back home. So if we burden this with taxes, we are killing not just the people in the urban areas, but also in rural Ghana who are waiting for remittances. Another voice will say, no, but the national coffers is empty. We need to, if we don't do this, we won't get the money. The person suggesting that to you, advising you in that manner, to be honest, may not have any ill intentions. The person may purely be thinking about the national interest.
That's right.
But it doesn't mean that it is good for the people. So unless you are telling me that somebody will advise you, you shove the person aside and bulldoze your way through. This whole argument about, I'm just a steer, I don't have any power, they don't listen to me. When you become the main driver, you still have so many other voices, and you should be able to sift through and influence.
And that is why we have Napo now also on the ticket. He's somebody we're told is not only, is not arrogant, but assertive. Six, if you're able to run through the headlines for us in just a minute, we go for a quick break, and the People's Bite comes your way right after, in a minute or so. Six for us.
Front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper, 570,461 candidates begin BECE today. Starts with English language at 2,123 centers nationwide. That's on page 11. On page 24 of the paper, GHS, that's Ghana Health Service, embarks on COVID-19 vaccination campaign nationwide, expected to administer 500,000 doses to 18-year-olds and above. Which of them? The one that is banned or bedeviled with so many controversies? Still on the front page, PURC pays 554,972 Ghana cedis 69 pesos compensation to 804 complainants in Greater Accra. High treason trial, 6 to die, 3 acquitted. I thought this was done and dusted with. Okay, so on the back page, you have GRA committed to fast clearance of goods at ports. Comes with a picture of Brigadier General Ayorogo. Daily Searchlight, front page, Office of Special Prosecutor Act unlawful suit filed in the Supreme Court, pages 2, 7, and 9. Alert, fake HIV cure advertised on social media. Government releases 55,873,698 Ghana cedis 87 pesos to WAEC as fees in preparation on 2024 examination.
All right. Thank you for that, Sixtus, and thank you so much for sticking with us throughout the news review. The People's Bite.